Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Refill with Preach Sista. I'm Michelle Lloyd-Page, your host today, and I am excited because we are just 3 weeks away from the Fresh Anointing Conference. And so today, our conversation is going to be with one of our longtime participants who just brings so much energy to the conference. We're going to be getting started real soon here, but you should know we've been having all kinds of little technical glitches today. So we will do the best that we can, but I am so glad that you are here with Refill with Preach Sista. You know, twice a month, what we do is I invite someone into the studio to have some conversations about, how do we make sure we keep our energy levels up so that we can always be our best selves. So without any further ado, let's get into our show. So, Martina, it's so glad to have you with me today.
Glad to be here.
So, how do we keep our tanks refilled? We laugh. That's what we laugh in the face of adversity.
We laugh a whole lot.
You know what? I think this is just making up for our not having to call each other all these months, because usually from January to about this time, it seems like we are on the phone with each other every week, if not every day, because so many things are changing with the conference. So maybe this is just trying to, it's the universe trying to make up for that.
Making it feel like we still have a lot of going back and forth. Making it feel like we still have a lot of going back and forth to do.
Yes. So, Martina, I'm realizing that I didn't tell you what we were talking about today in advance.
That's okay.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. If you're saying, why is she whispering? Because the mic goes crazy when she talks louder. And we haven't quite been able to figure out. We've been working on it for like the last 20 minutes, and it's just doing what it wants to do. So you know what? We're just going to roll with it. We're just going to go. But Martina, I wonder, for people who don't know you, if you would just tell a little bit about who you are.
Well, my name is Martina Young. I'm from Louisville, Kentucky. I am a daughter of the Most High. I also am a minister in an elementary school, women's ministry, play the harmonica. just a little bit of everything. I'm a jackie of all trades.
Yeah. So how's playing the harmonica going for you these days?
Well, I haven't been playing it as much. I'm still waiting for Steve to give me a call.
That, you might have a little bit of wait for that. Oh dear. But Martina, what I wanted to talk with you about, because we've talked a couple of times already, and right now, honestly, my mind is kind of blurring when I've been on your show and when you've been on my show. It's all going together. But what I wanted to talk with you about is more about the value of connecting with other women in women's ministry. So the whole show, Refill with Preach Sista, is about how do we refill our tanks when we feel like we're running low, or we're feeling depleted, or there's just so much going on and we feel pulled in so many ways. And I know you have been working with Sister to Sister for a while. You've been with Preach Sista for a while. It's hard for me to think of a time when you weren't with Preach Sista. So I wonder, just from your perspective, if you could share just a little bit about what do you see as the value of connecting with other women in women's ministries?
I think it is so important. that women connect together and build each other up. I always say that we're stronger together as we support each other. And when I reflect and think about even just with Preach Sister and Sister to Sister, that really Sister to Sister was birthed from encounters at Preach Sister. Work with Mother Mally on Women of Royal Destiny. And so it really is like as Elizabeth and Mary, when they met together and their babies leaped in the womb, that as we come together, we encourage and build each other up and support each other. I think there's just so much strength in women coming together. And that often women get a bad rap of that women can't work together, but really it's a beautiful thing when women come together in sisterhood and support and build each other up.
It really is. And, when I started the Preach Sister conferences, one of the things that was in my mind was that I really wanted it to be a place where all the good things about women can come together, right? So the support, the helping each other out, the encouragement, the laughter, the smiles, the hugs, that all of that would come in, and that we would leave out all that negative stuff, because I had been to a couple of conferences where it just didn't feel like, it felt heavier leaving than when I came there, because it wasn't that sense of encouragement. It seemed like it was all a competition, one person against another one, and if you didn't know anyone, then you were just left out. And a lot of, it's good when we can question our walk with Christ. It's good when we can have some time of self-reflection, but it should never be a space where in doing that reflection that other people are making you feel bad for where you are in your journey. And that's what I did not want the conference to be about. And that's something that I've always appreciated about Sister to Sister as well. Those times. So one good thing about COVID is that I could join some of those gatherings virtually, and it has always felt like such a warm place to be. And it's a real sense of encouragement, and the different offshoots of the ministries that you've had as well. So the Real Women, Real Housewives of the Bible, right? I've enjoyed those. I don't know what you call them. It's ministry. It's a play.
You need to.
Yes, it's both, right? It's both. It's entertaining, but more than entertaining, you have your soul filled up. You have your spirit refreshed, and so I've really appreciated that. So as you have, and you've been working with Sister to Sister for a while, as you said, it kind of grew out of the Women of the Word that my mom had founded, and so this is the granddaughter of that work, which is really exciting to me. But what's one of those things that you have learned along the way for a successful women's ministry?
Well, and it's going to be our 10-year anniversary.
Get out of here!
Next month, it will be 10 years.
Wow.
So, literally, and one of the things I think is so significant is getting rid of that spirit of competition. It really should not be about competition. Really, when we all make it, we all make it. It shouldn't be me trying to be ahead of you and rub it into your face or whatever. But literally, one of the things that I've learned is about being support and being a safe place. Like that women need a place where they can feel safe, where they can feel comfortable, where they can grow without caring. And so some of the most significant lessons I feel that I have learned along the way is one, practicing confidentiality. That's very important with safety. And that people want to connect with people where they feel like you're not making them feel like lower than them.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter how long we've been on this journey. There's not some big, you got a super date saying you are the superwoman. We should really never make it a habit that we make people feel like we're superior to them in any way. So it's really important that we practice the compassion of Christ, that people feel genuine love and sincerity. And, I've learned that along the way, sometimes you're going to have people that come and connect and stay connected. And you're going to have people that come and move on. And whatever it may be, don't allow that to distract you moving forward.
Yeah. And, that is, and I think we have to be intentional about creating those kinds of spaces, intentional in creating activities or spaces for women to be vulnerable, for women to bring their whole selves, and to model it as well, right? To model how we want women to interact with other women, and give people time to open up, and not demand. It's like, hey, you need to tell us all your deepest, darkest secrets as you walk in the door. We don't want to do that. So, because so many, just as we were intentional about how we were creating these ministry spaces so they wouldn't be these places that would further wound people. People who are coming to these ministries sometimes from other spaces where they have been wounded. And so keeping that in mind, that we don't want to re-trigger anyone, we don't want to wound anyone again, and we want to create that space that women want to grow and that they're excited about coming to the ministry, as well as being understanding that life happens. It could be that on that particular evening when you're going to have something that, a child has a play at school and you need to be at the play at school, or, the dinner didn't work out right. You're exhausted and you just know, I just can't show up at this particular time. So that's also something to think about. And then in thinking about, and I think it's important to think about, what is it that the women who are coming to us, what is it that they need at that moment? I think we get into trouble when we try to copy someone else's ministry. I know that was me. You see someone's ministry is shiny and doing all that. It's like, oh, I'm going to do what they did. And we have to realize that we're not here to be copycats. We are here to do the work that the Lord has called us to do, and to be content, to do the best that we can, to always seek to grow if we can, but not try to be in competition. And that's what I have loved about Sista to Sista, kind of growing out of Women of the Word, growing out of Preach Sista, that it's never been a competition. When you found some new thing, new technology, you said, hey, Michelle, and it's like, yes, I want to do that. And when I found some, it's like, hey, Martina. So it's really about helping each other out and not trying to recreate someone else's work, but doing the work that we've been called to do.
Because when you think about it, we're all on the same team.
We are.
I don't understand it.
And there's more than enough work. There's more than enough work to do, to spread the wealth, to spread the opportunity. And, in what ways can we be supportive of one another? How can we be supportive of one another's ministry? And that's also something that I appreciate about Sister to Sister, that it's not just one church's work and not just one church's ministry, especially as you have gone virtual. You've had people from California and Georgia and Michigan and Kentucky and Indiana all online, Florida all online at the same time. And so it's not like, well, I can't participate in that because that's not my church.
Right.
And I'm hoping that that's a lesson from COVID, that everyone moves forward with, that we, not to be so protective or hesitant to participate in some other church's work. That hey, they might be doing something a little bit different that could help you where you are, and so find out what's over there. Find out how to be supportive, right? So
it really is having a team mindset and finding your lane and walking in it. Like, don't look at somebody else's lane. You have to be what God called you to be. And sometimes in women's ministry, even if you're not in competition with another group, they may think that you are. And it's like, it's really not about a competition. We are on the same team. The only time that the teams fight against each other is when they're scrimmaging. So it's like, other than that, we have the same opponent. We're looking for the same victory. And so that's why we should be supporters of one another. So you find out what God has called you to do. One of the things he told me about sister to sister is that I've called you to be like a filling station. Some people go to the same filling station all the time. Some people just are going through town and stop at that filling station. So you are a filling station. So don't get moved by the cars that come through once. Like literally, this is a place where you are to pour into your sisters, that we would come together and pour into one another. But you have to keep your eyes focused on how has God called you to operate, not how can I be you repackaged.
right. I love that. I love that as and thinking about just how thinking our work as filling stations, right? And that fits so well with Refill with Preach Sister, right? So, hey, if you come by, get a refill, and maybe you'll come back to this gas station, this filling station, and maybe you'll say, okay, it's not today. My tanks are filled up. I'm really good. But sometimes it can feel like we're in a season like there's a gas war going on or the pipeline is shut down, and it's like, look, I need all the gas stations I can find to fill up my tanks. As we're recording, the southern states are recovering from a shutdown pipeline and just trying to find gas wherever they can. And so I think that's a great metaphor for looking at ministry, as well as looking at how do we keep ourselves filled up spiritually, emotionally, socially, realizing, hey, what's the indicator looking like on our dashboard? If it looks like we are dropping down below a quarter tank, or it's in the red, or we know we are on fumes, then where's the filling station that you need to get to? And sometimes it's a couple of filling stations, because the journey that we're on, it's a long distance trip. I'm looking at getting ready to make a drive, if all the gas stations will open up, making a drive down to Nashville. And in doing that, making sure I'm not going to be unwise and try to make it on just a tank of gas, because that's not going to happen. But to plot out, okay, what kind of filling stations do I need to stop at? Is there anything? Sometimes I'll stop at something where they have food and snacks, and sometimes I need to make sure I don't go in to get the snacks, because I don't need to be eating that many snacks while I'm on the way. So we have to know ourselves. We have to know what we need. If it's heavy traffic, then I might need the candy bars in order to be sane on the other side. But if it's not heavy traffic, it's not rain, and I know the way, then I don't need the snacks as a stress relief. I just need to make sure I have enough gas in
Leave the candy bar in the store.
Leave the candy bar in the store. So you have to just know yourself and know what you need, because sometimes you need the candy bar and sometimes you don't need the candy bar. So you just have to know yourself. Well, Martina, as we are, let's say we're just 3 weeks away. I looked at the calendar today and I could not believe that we're just 3 weeks away. The other thing that I realized today when I stopped and counted everything up, that this will be the 20th Preach Sista Fresh Anointing Conference, the 20th one. And I was like, oh my gosh, how did it get to 20? Yeah. I mean, how did it get to be this many? How did it get to be this many?
Wow.
I don't know. So I'm excited that it's going, that it's coming up. It will be virtual. Hopefully we'll figure out all the sound things by then. All the information is on the website, but I wonder if you could share one of your favorite conference memories.
Are you kidding?
Yeah.
Does it say one?
Yeah, just one. Okay, two.
There's too many to choose from. Like literally.
Okay, so then what has kept you coming back? Because you said this will be your 19th one. What has kept you coming back?
You're like telling somebody, go to the buffet and pick up one item. And all the food looks good. Excuse me, ma'am?
Or telling me, oh no, you can only choose one dessert. What do you mean, one dessert?
Excuse me? The echo made me crazy.
Oh gosh.
Oh my gosh. Really, there really are so many positive memories that I could share. That's seriously it's hard to choose, but every year the conference is always, it literally is a refreshing experience. We're talking about the fresh anointing conference. It is a refreshing. And I can say this, with all of us getting ready for those that travel with us, from Louisville to Muskegon to the trip, there have been several years where on the way there, I have said to myself, this is my last time.
Oh, I know.
This not my last time going, my last time organized. I'll be like, this is my last time. This is it. Well, you know.
I know.
But every year the experience for me personally is not only enriching, but being able to see so many other lives and transformed through the conference. I just think it's great that not only are people refreshed at the conference, but there's so many things out of it. As I mentioned, even the sister, as we come upon these 10 years, was the result of when Mother Mally passed away, I continued with Women of Royal Destiny. And look, I'm trying to get teared up, and I didn't want to let it go because I felt like letting it go was letting her go.
Yeah.
And God had to deal with me about it and say that she's always in your heart. And so then I had a season where I was not, I released that. And I just, and then at one of the fresh anointing conferences, Shanika said, what are you going to, what are we doing? And so it was as a result of, birthed out of our fresh anointing experience. May,
this is year 20. Yeah.
And then in June 2011 is when we launched Sistal. So it's a birthing place. It literally is like Elizabeth and Mary, what they're carrying in their wombs. And so, I mean, it's fellowship. It's the word that comes forth every year. There's powerful words that come forth. I mean, literally, everything about it. It literally is like a repouring of the oil of God. I mean, we laugh, we receive words, we cry. It literally is just like that. No portion.
It is. And thank you so much. And you and I have both had those conversations like, I don't know if we gonna do this again. And then we get there and we see how God moves. And we hear, you and I have both heard testimonies from women who have said, this has literally changed my life. This has saved my life. And that's what it's all about. It's not about, we're on some world tour platform. But if someone wants to, invite us to go around the world, we're happy to do that.
There.
We're there. But it really is about ministering to those that God has given us to minister to. And so the conference is, again, it's 3 weeks from now we get started. So June 5, we are going to have a special refill with Preach Sista. That will be the kickoff of the conference. So Shane, who's been with us before, is going to do her thing. And then on Saturday, yeah, I see. I got this mixed up. So yeah, I did this in a hurry. So yeah. We will. No, this is right. Then I should say Saturday. Anyway, I'm gonna just I'm gonna come back to us.
We're just full of comedy.
We're just full of comedy because I put this together earlier. I said, okay, let me update the slides so people can see who's speaking when. And I have most of the people right, but I have some of the people wrong.
I said I got booted out the conference, didn't know it.
Yeah, no, you didn't get booted out the conference. So what it should happen, I can put it back up there. So what should happen, so Saturday is Shane. Saturday night is Annette and Raquel. And then Sunday is Helen. And then Monday is you, correct?
I am. No, wait a minute.
Yeah, I'll go back and look. But yeah, you're still in there. You didn't get booted out.
Tuesday.
You're Tuesday?
I am. I'm the and I'm on the 5th and on the AA.
We will. Oh yeah. You are on the 5th, and I'll look at the email I sent everybody.
See, this is what I love about
What you can expect. This is what you can expect, people. Okay, this is what you can expect. Saturday the 5th. Shane will be speaking. Saturday night, Sunday night, Monday night, and Tuesday night at 7 o'clock, there is going to be a speaker. And then Tuesday night at 8 o'clock, there is going to be a special Zoom afterglow party so that we can actually interact with one another and have another good laugh about what has happened, as well as sharing testimonies about all that has gone on. So I will get it fixed. I know it's right on the website, so I just need to remember what I put on the website. But thank you, Martina, for being with me. I got too much on my mind today. Thank you so much for being with us. And for you who joined in, who are watching either as we live stream or following up later, just want to thank you for being with Refill with Preach Sista. You can check us out on our various platforms. We are on the web. We have an Instagram account. We're on Facebook and a couple of places. We have our YouTube channel, the official Preach Sista channel. We do the Women of the Word Bible study every first and third Friday of the month. And then also you can stay connected with our Sister Connections newsletter, which you can have delivered in your inbox, or you can find it on our Preach Sista Facebook page when I remember to post it there. But if you subscribe for it, it'll always end up in your box. If you want to give us a shout out, you can use our hashtags Refill with Preach Sista or the official Preach Sista hashtag. And until next time, we encourage you to keep the faith and care for your souls and check your technology. That's
and keep laughing.
And keep laughing. Keep laughing. That's one of the ways you can keep your spirits raised, is just to keep laughing. Martina, thank you so much. I could not imagine doing this today's episode with anyone else but you, because we have been on this journey before, and we might as well keep laughing as we go along the way.
We're teaching people how to make the best of every situation.
You just make the best of the situation. All right. We'll see you again next time. And don't forget to join in for the conference.